Hey, Magic fans, welcome back. This is your captain speaking here on Capnclydes MTG. It's time. It's time for Commander cards. That's right. The top cards, I think, are going to see some crazy play inside a Commander. So, before we get started, don't forget, comment, like, subscribe. Put something down in the comments. Feed that YouTube algorithm. Tell me about the cards that you like. Let's talk about them. And don't forget, join the YouTube membership program. We're going to have all kinds of sweet giveaways, plus links in the description to the eBay store and all that good stuff. Let's look at them. First off, honorable mention, we have a new Commander creature. We have Marina Vandrell. She is the Wooburg, the new Wooburg, if you would woo. The woo of the burg, the burg of the woo. She is a 3/5. Whenever she enters, you reveal the top 7 cards of your library. Put all enchantment cards from among them into your hand. The rest on the bottom of the library in random order. But the key here is lock or unlock a door or target room you control. Activate only as a sorcery. This can be huge. You can unlock the ones you've played. You can unlock the big ones for free. Or you can lock yours back down and unlock them again to get the abilities again. I think this would be a cool deck to make a door deck with as a commander. Put a whole bunch of things in there. It not only protects your commander, but allows you to tap and untap your commander over and over again. So you can just basically go through your house, opening and slamming doors constantly until you win the game. We can call the deck Knockers. But that's the honorable mention. We'll see how it plays out. It can also have, obviously, since doors are enchantments, have a sub-enchantment theme, which could make the deck actually quite good. I'm going to lie. So, moving on, we're going to start with number 5. That's right. It's my walk-in closet, or the Forgotten Cellar. So, walk-in closet, green and 2. You may play lands from your graveyard. That's right. It is a Crucible Worlds for green, which by itself is good enough. But on the other side, we have the Forgotten Cellar, which for 2 green and 3, when you unlock this door, you may cast spells from your graveyard this turn. And if a card would be put there, put into your graveyard from anywhere this turn, exile it instead. This is a good example. Green and 2, put this into play as the walk-in closet. Pull your fetch lands out of your graveyard, and commander, keep fetching every turn. And then when you put the commander that we just saw in play, Miria, she literally, you could tap her to unlock the Forgotten Cellar, and then recast all the spells in your graveyard and just go ham. So, I think this is a great card, even without her as a commander. Just having this in your deck if you're playing green. I mean, yeah, Crucible Worlds goes in any deck that isn't green. But if you got green in your deck, you might as well play this instead of Crucible Worlds. Because if you ever get a chance to spend 5 mana, Lord knows what might happen in your deck when it starts jumping off from the graveyard. Next, moving on, we have number 4. We have the Meathook Massacre 2. That's right, this 4 black XX card. Whenever it enters, each player sacrifices X creatures, which is great when there's 4 people playing and you've got lots of mana. It's funny. Also, whenever a creature you control dies, you may pay 3 life. If you do, return it from the graveyard. Return it under your control, the finality counter, and every other creature that an opponent controls dies, they have to pay 3 life, or you also get it with a finality counter. And let's be honest, in a 4-player game of Commander, casting this for, I don't know, let's see, 4 and 2 is 6, and 2 is 8. You know, casting this for 2 for 8 mana is probably easy to do. And when everybody's sacking 2 creatures, either everybody's losing 6 life, or you're getting a whole battlefield of stuff. And the best part, the 2 creatures you sacrifice, you just pay 3 life and you get them back. So, yeah, there's that. So, I think this is going to be a big card for Commander. A lot of the black decks will probably like it. I just think it's got a lot of good play. And remember, just the ability to get it into play, you don't have to make people sacrifice creatures to begin with. Just getting it on the battlefield and then start Wrath of Godding or whatever else tickles your fancy can get real hairy real quick for the entire play group. Next, moving on, we have at number 3, we have Enduring Tenacity. This bad boy, the enchantment creature Snake Glimmer. 2 black and 2 for a 4/3. Whenever you gain life, target opponent loses that much life. When it dies, if it was a creature, you return to the battlefield under its owner's control as an enchantment. That's right. We've already got lots of cards and decks that say when you gain life, your opponent loses that much life, so forth and so on. This is just another card to add to that. But at the same time, it's also a creature. You can block with it to kill your opponent's creatures. You can beat your opponent down with it while getting the ability. And if they do manage to kill it, it doesn't matter because it will come back. They have to kill this card twice, which makes this an amazing card. So expect to see a lot of this card get in play in Commander in those decks with things like Exquisite Blood, Sanguine Bond, I think, or Sanguine something. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. You've seen them. You've played them. This is going to be a great addition to those decks. And, yeah, better get ready to see more often of them. See them more often. Just a little too much caffeine today. Anyway, moving on. Number 2, we've got a new one. We have the Overlord of Haunt Woods. 2 green and 3 for a 6/5. Thing, Avatar horror is definitely a horror. That's nightmare fuel if I ever saw it. As Impending 4, which is 2 green and 1, which means for 2 green and 1, you get to put this into play, and it has 4 counters on it during your end step. You remove a counter. It's not a creature until all the counters are gone. But the cool thing is, it says, whenever it enters or attacks, create a tapped, colorless land token named everywhere that is every basic land type. And we've got the token for this. We've already seen it. This token is one of every land type, meaning that this is the ultimate mana ramp card. Excuse me. For 2 green and 1, you can use impending to put this in play, which triggers the ability for you to make the token land, which taps for 1 of any color mana, because it's a swamp, it's a plains, it's a mountain, it's everything. So it taps for anything. And that is the best ramp card you could possibly get, because it's also a land, not just a token. So, you can't bounce it because most bounce cards say non-land. This is going to be an amazing ramp spell in any kind of green deck. Plus, if this thing ever becomes a creature, and it will, and you start swinging with it, and you start making, now you're mana ramping every turn with a Woober. It's not even a dual land. It's a single, a double, a triple, quadruple. What's the 5 one? I don't even know. Quintuple land, you're making the ultimate land, the ultimate dual land every time you swing, or at least one of them for 2 green and 1. I'm down with that. We're talking powerhouse Commander moves here. And finally, coming in at number 1, that's right, it rears its ugly head again, Demonic Consult. Black and 1. Search your library for a demon card, reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle. But the big thing is Delirium. 4 more card types in your graveyard. This thing searches for anything. That's right, it's Demonic Tutor if you have Delirium. And in Commander, you probably will. So, we know how sweet Demonic Tutor is because, banned and all. But still, this will take its place, and it will be good. I don't see how people just don't play this in every deck that has black in it. So, pretty much the other cards are, maybe I don't play in green, so I don't play that, or I'm not in that color type. I don't want to do rooms like this. Are you playing black? Demonic counsel. Right after you get done putting the rocks in the deck, demonic counsel. That's where we're going. So there you have it, my friends. Until next time, be kind. Put down in the comment section if you got something else you think would be good for Commander. And I hope to see you across the game table. Breaking out Ouija boards every format.